We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. I'm Van, and we are all the LFR family. Thank y'all so much for pulling up and clicking the play button. Hopefully you click that like button as well. That's the only price of admission for our live streams, is to simply hit the like button. Please let me know where you're watching the video this morning, where you're listening from. If you're driving, if you're already at work, if you're at home, if I'm on the screen, your TV screen, or if on your phone, let me know, man. I just want to show y'all some love and just, I don't know. Good morning. Rise and shine. Give God the glory. Have you thanked the Lord yet for waking you up this morning, for protecting you and your family as y'all rested last night from seen and unseen dangers, covering you all with a roof over your head, giving you resources like a vehicle to make it to and fro so you can handle your business, take care of things you want to do, or just enjoy the air, you know what I mean, while you're driving. Please let me know one thing you're thankful for inside of the chat, if you feel so inclined. You know what I mean? This is not, a challenge or anything like that, but sometimes we got to remind ourselves of how blessed we are, and by simply writing down something that we're grateful for. You know what I mean? That's definitely a reminder. Shout out to all you guys: Sugar Shane, Nanny's Take on the World, Katarina. All of my blues. Thank y'all so much for pulling up and being a part of what we got going on here today. Hello, Courtney with a C. What's going on? We got the people up in here, man. We got Tuscaloosa, Alabama up in here. Who else we got? We got Texas. North Texas is in the building, obviously. Colorado, Wisconsin, New York, New Jersey, Washington, D.C., obviously, Johnstown, PA, VA. You know what I mean? Shout out to all you guys. I told you Colorado in the building. Shout out to Mandy K. All right. Texan. And the Texan is in Detroit. Shout out to Baton Rouge as well. What's going on, guys? Pull up. Hit the like button for me. That would be dope. We got a couple of things to talk about. Unfortunately, there was another plane crash that we're going to talk about. We lost 2 American stars in that plane crash. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Extremely unfortunate. I'm going to pull up this video just to show you exactly what's going on, guys. But make sure y'all hit that like button. Share this video, man. I want this joint to go crazy. I want all of our videos to go crazy. Seems that we got a little bit of a pinch on our videos, but that's cool. We're going to make it out of it. Why? Because God knows what he's doing. I already asked the Lord to give me the wisdom to do the thing he put me on this earth to do in a way that pleases him and serve the people, you all, that he will have me to serve. And that's exactly what we're doing on a daily basis. We are on episode number 30. I am Van, and this is the Morning Vantage. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's do it. Early in the morning, we got Nick P pulling up in the place to be. Nick P, thank you so much for the super chat, big dog. I really appreciate it. More than anything, man, thank you for your support and your friendship, man. It means a lot. Out of my 47 years of living, I've had some major moments. I've had some great things happen in my life. I've met some major people. And a lot of y'all have stories like that as well. I'm not special when it comes to that, but I can only tell my story. And one of the highlights is when I was invited to New York to celebrate with this gentleman got right here, man. Dude is on point. I really appreciate it, man. I'll never forget that. You guys really have a nice group of people, man. Your wife, your friends, all your co-workers, all of them, man. Y'all are dope. Y'all are accomplishing some big things that most people only dream of. and never get to see in real time. Shout out to my wife too. I want to say shout out to my wife. Um, y'all already know my wife is a Democrat. She voted for Kamala, has Michelle Obama paraphernalia, books and whatnot all over her office. My wife is extremely intelligent. She and I, we talk about politics all the time. Not as much as we used to. Why? Because it causes a stir because I voted for Trump. But my wife is the reason why I am doing half of the things I do. So shout out to her, man. That's my baby right there. That's my dog. That's my homie. Thank you, Nick E. Brother. A man that finds a wife finds a good thing. Make sure that you continue to treat that lady of yours like the queen she is, all right? Tell her I said, all right, guys, let's go and jump into it, man. This it's going to be a fun. I know we're starting off with the tragedy of these two gentlemen right here, along with four others who were lost in the plane crash in San Diego. But we're gonna, RIP to these two gentlemen. This is so Dave Shapiro and ex-drummer Daniel Williams both passed away in San Diego crash. Here's the story right here.
Good evening. It's great to have you with us here on a very busy Thursday night. And we begin tonight with the deadly plane crash right into a neighborhood in San Diego, taking off from Teterboro Airport in New Jersey, outside New York City, flying across the country and then crashing while trying to land in fog in San Diego. The plane crashing right into one of the U.S. military's largest housing neighborhoods just before 4 a.m. this morning when families were asleep. Officials say as many as 6 people on board are feared dead tonight, homes and cars set on fire, and you could barely make out the jet. Families awakened by the explosion, running to safety with their children in their arms, some trapped in their homes by flames right at their door. Firefighters battling to put out the flames and trying to protect homes there. The horrific scene today when the sun came up. This home badly damaged, a truck burned right in the front yard. A dozen other homes damaged, about 100 people evacuated. The mangled wreckage lining the street. The fatalities were all on the plane, and remarkably, no one on the ground was killed, even with homes and cars on fire. Tonight, the investigation here and what we're learning about who was on board that jet and one of the last questions from the pilot before it went down. ABC's Trevor Ault leading us off. He's on the scene in San Diego.
Come on, let's go! Let's go!
Go! Tonight, the terrifying escape in the dead of night after a small plane slammed into the San Diego neighborhood. At least 6 people on board feared dead. More than a dozen homes and cars set ablaze. Bannon's Trajana McCarty rocked awake.
All I could see was fire, and the roof of the house was tore
You
off.
could see the night sky from our living room.
Their neighbor Gilbert Gonzalez rushing to help as the McCarty family grabbed their children and pets.
Hey, we got to be careful. This thing's still explosive.
As I walked up, there was a kid getting, brought over the fence. It was handed down to me. I said, give me the kid. And then a second kid came down. So I'm holding 2 kids at the time.
The family rushing to safety, fearing their neighbors were still asleep.
Not awake yet.
It's okay.
They're not awake.
Cars exploding, shaking the block. Jessica Schrader describing the horror.
I woke up and I looked out the window and there's fire all in front of my house. I didn't know. I just kept hearing explosions and the fire was up to right in front of my front door. So I'm trying to figure out how to escape with my kids.
A neighbor throwing a ladder over her back fence, she and her family jumping onto the next door trampoline to safety.
This is a military neighborhood with several bases nearby, and officials say the crash spread so much jet fuel across these front yards, they had to approach this as if it were a wildfire.
The Cessna business jet had taken off from Teterboro, New Jersey late last night, making a pit stop in Wichita, Kansas, before attempting to land in San Diego through heavy fog. Moments before the crash, the pilot asking for weather conditions. Air traffic control warning visibility was minimal. The pilot responding,
"All right, that doesn't sound great, but we'll give it a go."
Then on final approach, seconds before the planned landing, the plane vanishing from radar 500 feet in the air, clipping a power line and crashing into this Murphy Canyon community. Well-known music agent Dave Shapiro was one of those killed on the plane. And last night, Daniel Williams, a well-known Christian rock drummer, posting these photos on Instagram showing a private jet. Tonight, the NTSB confirms that's the plane in the crash, though it's not confirmed if Williams was on that plane. Incredibly, there were no fatalities on the ground, but 8 people were injured.
I can't quite put words to describe what this scene looks like, but with the jet fuel going down the street and everything on fire all at once, it was pretty horrific to see.
The wreckage smoldering for hours, more than 100 people evacuated from several surrounding blocks.
And David, the NTSB says this plane likely had black boxes, which will be crucial for the investigation into why this crash occurred. But when you look into the damage to this neighborhood, David, this home ripped open. It is astonishing that everyone in these houses survived.
It
David,
really is a catastrophic scene there behind you. Trevor Ault leading us off tonight. Trevor, thank you.
Another tragedy, man. Another tragedy. We pray for the families that are involved. My condolences to everyone who passed, everyone who was injured, every single person that was impacted in this crash. This will be a time to discuss who is to blame, all of the conditions, how could they not, get through the fog? Are they not prepared for that? The pilot, he tried to communicate with the people on the ground to see if they can guide him a little better. They gave him an option. What he said was, okay, let's give it a go. Let's try it. He was optimistic that we can make it work, whatever the plan was. Just know that nothing happens that's not supposed to happen. All right. I'm grateful. If we're looking at all this, we're looking at all of this, like six people were lost. And we're definitely sad about that. But we must remind ourselves that this bad boy crashed into a community. It crashed into a home and damaged other houses and cars and vehicles in the middle of the night. And nobody was injured on the ground. No one. That's huge. So to that we say, God, we give you glory for your grace and for your mercy. We realize that some families and friends and associates of these individuals who were taken away by this unfortunate event, they're going to be hurt. They're going to suffer for a long time. They're going to be missing a big piece of them. The fans of these individuals, I'm sure they had millions of fans who are crying and sulking right now over this. I would just say that God has the final say. Okay? I know that doesn't really resonate with some people, but for me, it means a lot. Continue to pray for these individuals. Pray for our country, man, because these things happen so often. And this is another reason why I ask you guys just to write down one thing inside the chat that you're grateful for, because all of this can be taken away from us in a moment's notice. By simply sitting in our homes, something could crash into our homes, or anything could happen. You know what I mean? So, and I don't want this to be too somber of a moment, but you know what I mean? We're human beings. And I want us to actually feel this, because so many tragedies happen in this country that kind of make us a little numb to catastrophe and bad times. That turns us into robots, man. It makes us subhuman. We cannot be that way. We can't be so cold where we don't feel for other people. The only time we feel anything is when it happens to us directly. That's unfortunate. We got to get away from that. To God be the glory. Yeah, continue to pray for everyone involved in this right here. And also, man, whatever's happening with our airplanes falling, we need to fix that, man. Well, I've never, could you please, can you name 1 year or one period of time where we've had so many planes fall out the sky like this? Like, just crash after crash? What is going on, man? This is crazy. This is nuts. The two stars who passed, Dave Shapiro, music producer, and a drummer. Both of these guys are extremely popular. Extremely popular. Here's
this small plane left
another video right here, just showing some more footage of the crash, but I'm not sure if you've seen this right here. Check this out.
This small plane left a trail of fire through one of the largest U.S. military housing neighborhoods in the country.
We got multiple reporting. We're doing evacuation.
Firefighters scrambled to douse cars. Families rushed to safety. This is what Ruth Lutz saw when she went outside.
It feels like I was in a movie, but in live, and I was just like, wow, this is real life.
You ran out with your pajamas on your back. That's it?
That's it.
Just before 4 a.m, a Cessna 550 jet crashed into the neighborhood during foggy weather. NTSB investigators say it first clipped a power line, then crashed into a home and multiple vehicles.
Here you can see that its trajectory came through this direction, took out the front of that house, and it ended up here to the right behind me.
At least 3 people were killed, all of them believed to be on the plane. Among those feared dead, Daniel Williams, the former drummer for a popular hardcore Christian metal band, The Devil Wears Prada. He filmed himself boarding the aircraft and shared a photo of himself at the controls. His father confirmed to CBS News he was on the plane. Minutes before the crash, the pilot expressed concerns about the weather to air traffic controllers.
Miramar automated weather for 0955 Zulu with wind calm, visibility 1/2, and indefinite ceiling 200. 6 Sierra. All right. That doesn't sound great, but we'll give it a go.
NTSB investigator Elliot Simpson.
We plan on spending today, tonight, and all of tomorrow on scene, documenting the accident site.
Now, after this crash that caused all this damage, you can still smell the jet fuel in the air. About 100 people were evacuated, and many who fled the flames won't be able to go back home until the NTSB completes its initial investigation.
Now, I see it's unfortunate, guys. Why do we make this an opportunity to argue about whether or not God is real? Okay. People, can we do this? Please, 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 please. Can we do this? Do not argue with anybody who want to stir up division and confusion and darkness inside of our chat. Please do not do that. The reason why I bring up God is because I seek to bring some type of I want us to focus on the good of this and not the bad. Okay. I want us to have a little bit of hope in this and not consider all of the, okay, they made their mistakes and they knew that it was bad weather and they still went anyway. That's what they get. That's the hardness of our hearts that's happening right now. There's no debate that, I mean, here's one thing that I grew up saying that I would not debate. I would not debate religion, because that to me is pointless. Because usually debates are all about people trying to get you to see their side of the story and bend to their will in the conversation, where nobody walks away learning anything because everyone's guarded and they're just listening to respond, versus a conversation where everyone's listening to understand the other person and then contribute something that would lead to some type of resolution or us moving in the same direction. What I will say is, if your heart is hardened, you are the one that need God the most. I'm just going to let you know that, because with all that I've seen in my life, all that I've went through, I promise you, it's very simple for me to have a hard heart. Very simple. And if it weren't for the God that I serve, the God that I believe in, the magic daddy in the sky, I would not be here today. So please, if you have faith that there's a God, you don't have to explain that to anybody. You don't have to debate that with anybody. All right. If you believe in that book, the basic instructions before leaving earth, the Bible, and you go to Hebrews 11:1, it simply reads that it is the faith, faith is the substance. Now, it says now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. All right. So if you want somebody to walk around and point out all this evidence of why there's a God, you're explaining this to somebody who is just like you. They have no understanding. They only have human understanding. What is human understanding and what is God understanding? Because we need to understand that we're all creators, just like God is. God created us in his image. But the difference is any man, the smartest of us, and I'm guessing some of the smartest men in the world, the smartest women in the world are inside the chat. And usually the smartest of us deny that there's a God because they can count every seed that's inside of an apple. The difference between the smartest man in the world is who can count every seed that's in an apple is that God can count every apple that's in every seed. Man can't do that. Man don't know what's ahead of us, don't know what's behind us, don't know what's above or beneath, because we didn't create any of that. All we do is study what's already created. So do not ruin your morning, afternoon, or evening by trying to get somebody else who is too stubborn to realize that they are not here by their own volition, that they are not here simply because somebody pullout game was whack, or because two people loved each other and they decided to join together and then they was born. Is a lot more than that. Okay? So in times like this is a time of tragedy. This is when family come together and we love on each other and we instill hope in each other. That's what we're doing. If there's anybody here that's not moving along that same program of trying to instill hope, trying to make sure everybody that's here is okay because we're all family, those are not the people that we should talk to. The best thing you can do for them is act like they're not even there. They choose to join in on the love fest that we have, then cool, bring them back into the fold. But if they want to disturb what we have going on, we need to do exactly what the Bible said we should do. We need to be the light in the darkness. Do not match their energy, because their energy is far less than where you are. Their frequency, turn it down. You shouldn't even be listening to it. All right? You shouldn't even be on that frequency where you can see that negativity. All right? Pray for them and move on. Okay? All right. I had to say that, man, because I see that people are going off trying to figure out why are we talking about God? Why are we giving God praise? Why are we keep bringing him up in the conversation? That's because this channel right here is being hosted by a God-fearing man, right? So if you decide to join a chat of a guy who's a God-fearing man, and then you say there's no God and you're crazy and all this other stuff, you can feel free to do that. But that's like a crazy person walking down the street, right? And they hear a service going on inside of a Catholic church, Baptist church, whatever the case may be. And for some strange reason, they just want to walk in there with a sign and start yelling, God's not real. Look at the sign, guys. You all have been fooled. What do you win from? Gain from? Nothing. I mean, you get to hear yourself go up against the world, but what do you gain from it? Do you feel better about yourself after that? Yeah. A lot of times we feel like we have way more control over ourselves than we actually do. Until that time comes when we're calling on the good Lord to save us from whatever situation we're in, to bless us, to bring us back, to save our baby, to save our wife or husbands who are going through some sickness or something. We need someone bigger than us to get in, to intervene. That's the only time we want to call on a higher power. When everything's going well, our health is fine, and everything we doubt, we believe that we're the ones. We poke up our chests and we act like we're the ones that did all of this. Let me tell you something. You did nothing because you created nothing that you use. All right? Until you're a source for other people, then you're nothing. You're nothing but a child of God. Only thing you use is resources the same way we do. And those resources were already created before we were here. And a lot of them, most of them, were not created by man. Just saying. All right, so oh, let me fix my mic. 1 2 1 2. Is that better? 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 1 2 1 2. That's better. My bad, guys. See, look at Satan is all over this. I don't know what's going on, but Satan is trying. Satan is trying. We're not going to let it happen. All right. We're not going to let that happen. All right. Because I just now said a lot about the Lord. And guess what? Cut his mic, make him muffled, cause some confusion. Somebody call Van and tell him that his microphone sucks. You know what I mean? It's so my bad about that. And I'm glad you guys let me know. That's called love right there. Y'all are dope. Y'all are dope. I love my people, man. Please hit the like button. Let me know one thing that you're grateful for inside of the chat, and also let me know where you're watching this from or listening to this this live stream, if you could, guys. All right, so let me just read something short about this plane crash. So Dave Shapiro, 42-year-old music executive and co-founder of Sound Talent Group, died in a San Diego plane on May 22nd, 2025, last night, along with 2 employees. He was the owner of the Cessna Citation II that crashed, and he held a pilot's license. Shapiro was a prominent figure in heavy metal and hard rock scene, co-founding Sound Talent Group
Trail
in
of fire
2018.
through one of the largest U.S. military housing neighborhoods in the country.
Okay, I don't know why that's playing. It's just playing for no reason. Let me go back to this. Let me see. Talent Group in 2018. The agency represented alternative bands like Sum 41, Pierce the Veil, and Parkway Drive. And he was recognized for supporting independent musicians, earning a spot on Billboard's 2012 30 Under 30 list. Shapiro was an avid pilot with over 15 years of experience, owning Velocity Aviation, a flight school, and operating flights in San Diego and Homer, Alaska. He described flying as a way to focus and escape distractions, even housing his agency's office in a San Diego hangar. The Cessna Citation II, I think that's how you say it, registered to Shapiro's Alaska-based Daviator LLC, crashed into the Murphy Canyon neighborhood around 4 a.m. in the morning, dead of night, igniting fires and damaging homes. Federal officials reported 6 people dead on board, 6 people on board, all presumed gone, with the National Transportation Safety Board investigating. Industry peers and musicians, including Sum 41's Derek Whibley and former bandmates, praised Shapiro's influence and kindness. His work helped alternative bands gain mainstream audiences, and he was remembered as a visionary who shaped the music industry. All right. Okay. In other news, so apparently Trump and Harvard are going crazy with each other, man. They are going back and forth, and it's getting worse and worse. In this story right here, Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, she ordered the Department of Homeland Security to terminate Harvard University's student and an exchange visitor program certification, meaning Harvard can no longer enroll new international students, and existing foreign students must transfer to another institution or lose their legal status. This thing is getting crazier and crazier, man. It's getting crazier and crazier. And this is all because These schools don't want to listen, and nobody want to listen to the current president until he actually, put some force behind it. Y'all check this out right here. Hit the like button if you haven't already, guys. I would love to get to 1,000 likes if that's cool. If not, that's cool too.
You say it is a privilege, not a right, for American schools to be able to host foreigners on their campus.
Yes, that's exactly right. And this program has been in place for a very long time. These policies have been in place for a long time, and Harvard brought these consequences upon themselves. They have promoted and allowed violent activity on campus. They have allowed anti-Semitism, participation with CCP and Chinese infiltration and influence on their campus, and they haven't protected their students. So we have given them multiple opportunities to share criminal activity with us, backgrounds on these students, to let us conduct the oversight into this program that is our responsibility, and they have refused to do so. So today I sent them a letter that said they will no longer be allowed to participate in this student exchange visitor program, and that's up to 27% of their enrolled students. So it's significant. Any foreign student that wishes to get an education in this country, that is attending Harvard and not participating in this criminal activity, they will have to find another university to go to, because Harvard has chosen instead to not protect their students and to allow this kind of violent and discriminatory action continue.
Now, as you can clearly see, Noam accused Harvard of fostering violence, anti-Semitism, and coordinating with the Chinese Communist Party, CCP, on its campus, citing these as reasons for the SEVP revocation. She claimed Harvard failed to address pervasive race discrimination and anti-Semitic harassment, referencing the 2025 Harvard study indicating nearly 60% of Jewish students experience discrimination or bias. Noam stated that the action against Harvard serves as a warning to other universities and academic institutions to get your act together, suggesting that similar measures could be taken against other schools failing to comply with federal expectations. Harvard spokesperson Jason Newton called the DHS action unlawful and retaliatory, emphasizing the university's commitment to supporting its international students and scholars from over 140 countries. Harvard is working to provide guidance to its community and argues that the move threatens significant harm to its academic mission. The revocation follows earlier DHS actions, including a $2.2 billion freeze in federal grants to Harvard and demands for records on foreign students' illegal and violent activities by April 30th, 2025. Harvard's refusal to comply fully with these demands, alongside its resistance to eliminating diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, escalated the conflict with the Trump administration. Now, here's the thing, though. I want y'all to understand this right here. A lot of these things would not happen. It wouldn't be happening right now if it weren't for the last administration. The last administration went so far, pushing every daggone, whenever they possibly could, they wanted everything to be DEI, 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 DEI. Now, I want to just let y'all know this. DEI was supposed to be something good, just to help people out. Like, okay, and I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all, because a lot of people don't believe that it was socialist programs usually start to help people who can't help themselves. But I believe everyone can help themselves. Not only that, we have each other as resources. And as long as we're so stuck to certain groups, certain special groups, and continuing to fuel somebody's victimhood, somebody's someone's desire to always feel like they are in an oppressed group, like they're always held back, always doing things on their own, that's on them. That's completely on them. All right. The last administration, that's all they pushed. They weren't trying to push people to become excellent. They was just trying to push the federal government to help people put people in position who did not deserve to be there. And that's unfortunate. Now we're here. We're like, yo, remove these programs. Trump made it clear that this ain't happening on his watch. And you got some institutions that's like, man, screw y'all. Well, when someone says screw the federal government now has, they can now say, well, screw you. We also give you money. So if you want to, still receive this financing, this funding, then you need to follow the rules. It's not like you haven't been following them. You got to follow the rules in order to get these things. It's like a student who want to receive a loan or a grant. They have certain rules to follow. They have certain things to check off, certain information that they have to send in, and they have to meet qualifications in order to get these grants and scholarships and loans, right? That's the same thing for these institutions. Now, you do have people like Candace Owens who say that this is a violation of their freedom of speech. He's censoring Harvard. That's another debate. Like, that's something to consider too. These schools are they're protesting. They're putting up signs, flags of other countries on their college campuses, and they're being blatantly disrespectful and extremely violent to other groups of individuals. And those groups are not protected anymore. It's like they can't even say, yo, what about us? We didn't come here for this. We didn't come here to be harassed and violated. So who's going to protect us? Yes, people have the right to protest, but we also have a right to the education that we came here for. I didn't bust my ass all these years to get high grades and high scores and everything that I did to come to this institution just to be harassed and violated. So somebody need to do something about it. So everyone has a voice. Should we just allow the turmoil to take place and just stand back and like, y'all got it? It is a private institution. Y'all got it. Fix that and come to us if you need us. I mean, at some point, there has to be someone that answers to someone. So listen, I don't have a dog in the fight. I don't care what they do on the Harvard University campus. I really don't. I'm not tied to them in no way, shape, or form. I know that they will figure it out. But Trump has said what he said. They don't want to play ball. So now he's letting them know, okay, fine. You can't do this no more. And you can't do it. It is what it is. They're like, well, screw you too. So they planning on having a standoff with the daggone president of the United States of America. Hey, have fun with that. I don't care. Do what you want to do. I don't care at all. I really don't. Not with Harvard. It's Harvard. It's Harvard. Harvard is filled with a whole bunch of students whose parents are very well off, extremely well off. I'm not in that bracket. That's not my fight. All right. What's going on, Joseph? Thank you so much for the super chat, big dog. Jesus is greater than works, sacrifices, and rituals. You're absolutely right. Jesus is greater than all of that. That's why Jesus, us loving on God and all that other stuff, that's not even a religion. It wasn't in the Bible. It still isn't. It wasn't. It's our beliefs. It's our belief system. You know what I mean? It's us giving honor to however we want to. And guess what I'm not going to do? Me believing in God is not going to be me walking up to some Muslim mosque and saying, y'all are wrong. All of y'all going to hell. I don't know who y'all praying to, Muhammad and all this other stuff, Allah Baba, Abraham. I don't care. Y'all got it wrong. I got it right. All right, I'm leaving now. I'm not going to walk into a Buddhist community and tell them that they're doing things wrong. I don't like how people decide to practice their faith. That's not my business. You know, that's our faith is between us and whatever deity we decide to praise and give honor to. You know what I mean? Let people have that. That's personal. That's a personal relationship. Very, very personal. So at the end of the day, do it for you and do it for your family, or not. again, I'm not in the business of trying to talk people into loving on God or not loving on God. That's not me anymore. I used to be the type of person where I will go to church every single, at least three times a day at least. And some of those days I will be in that bad boy from the morning to the night. All right. You would think that I was a pastor or something like that, or a preacher. I wasn't. I was just a worker bee. I was there trying to use my services to help and bring everybody together. Just so y'all know, I was a musician, I was a singer, I was a goof troop, just a personality, somebody that's never afraid to get in front of a microphone and get the party going. That was me. And my father-in-law, he tried to instill as much faith in me as possible so that when I do get in front of a microphone, I won't be all belligerent and arrogant and negative and disrespectful and all the things that I naturally became growing up. Because in high school, every female I referred to was a B. I called her, but it just is what it is. That's how disrespectful I was. Every person other than that was an N-word, be it a school teacher or not. So I've come a long way, man. My testimony is my own. It's my own, man. Let me tell you something. I'm not going to get into that, but I love God. I love the Lord. I love the Lord. And if loving the Lord is wrong, I don't want to be right. Amen, somebody. Thank you, Joseph. Speak your speak, but use your own daggone money. Absolutely. 1,000%. 1,000%. 1,000%. Hey, we have another tragedy, by the way. So a hip-hop artist was slain. A hip-hop artist was slain. This is the type of stuff that happens in hip-hop culture. I'm not going to say black culture because a lot of people think that they're the same. It's not. It's hip-hop culture, gangster rap culture. This young man by the name of Skilla Baby just passed away, but I don't know what type of music he actually makes because I'm not locked into Skilla Baby. But you know, here's his picture right here. Young man passed, another one gone, too daggone soon. Look how young he look. He's young as don't know what, man. Young as don't know what. And he was killed on 8 Mile. Y'all know what 8 Mile is, right? Pop quiz. What is 8 Mile known for? Y'all let me know in the comments. Anybody that know. Let me know in the comments what 8 Mile is known for. Here is story. This is them marking all the shell casings and whatnot. Apparently it was a drive-by. Let me see if I can get more information for y'all real quick because I just now learned about this morning. All right, so basically here are the details. A Detroit rapper by the name of Skilla Baby, whose real name is Trayvon Gardner, was injured in a targeted drive-by shooting on May 22nd, 2025 near 8 Mile and Beach Daily in Redford Township, Michigan, while driving a black SUV. The 25-year-old rapper sustained a gunshot wound to the hand and grazes to the head and back. He is currently hospitalized, so he's not passed away. So shout out to him for not passing away. To God be the glory. So they shot him in the hand, grazed his head. They tried to take him up out of here, grazed his back. He got shot in the back. He is currently hospitalized, alert, and expected to recover. Following the attack, Skilla Baby's SUV crashed into a nearby building, causing significant damage. The vehicle was riddled with bullets. They really tried to take this dude up out of here, and multiple shell casings were found at the scene. Redford Township police are investigating the incident with no suspects identified yet. Authorities recovered shell casings and are seeking surveillance footage or eyewitness information to determine the motive, which some associates believe may be a targeted hit. You think? Some associates believe, nah, they knew they tried to kill him. They went after him. You think? You think? Like this wasn't no random shooting. The hip hop community and fans have expressed relief over Skilla Baby's survival, with social media posts reflecting support and concern. The shooting highlights ongoing gun violence issues in Detroit, particularly involving public figures. Here's the thing, and this is the wild thing in the hip hop community. This right here is a badge of honor. It's a badge of honor to survive a gun shooting. It's a badge of honor. So now that he got shot, this dude, he about to sell 10, 20, 50 million more albums. 10, like he really about to boost his daggone name after that. He's really about to boost his name. This is crazy. This is crazy, man. I'm trying to see if there's anything in here of Skilla Baby. Okay, this lady, she's going nuts, trying to get the attention of Skilla Baby. Hopefully he wakes up.
This is the only sound you should fear. Man, these kids wear crowns over here and everything is all right. And this is the only sound.
Yeah, so they got videos posting them all over the internet. All of his fans are showing love. All of his fans are showing love. Like, yo, get better soon, man. They try to take the brother up out of here. God be the glory that he survived. Hopefully he uses this opportunity. Hopefully he uses this opportunity to let people know that this ain't it. This ain't it. Not saying that he contributed to this at all. Not saying that at all. But if you're a gangster rapper, you contributed to it. Just saying that. If you are a gangster rapper, you definitely contributed to it. This is the culture. Wonder why people look at us like in the way that they look at us. Well, it's because we continue to give them that negative energy. We continue to give them exactly what they want to see. And we expect for them to have nothing but good things to say about us when we constantly, just consistently. I want y'all to see this right here. This right here is something I pulled up off of Instagram last night. I shared it. If you guys aren't already following me on Instagram, it's The Real LFR Family. That's my Instagram page. And if you're on my X watching this, please share my stuff and tag me. For everybody who reposts my live streams on X, because I'm actually live streaming on X right now as well. I've been following back everyone who has been doing that. Guys, I need y'all to see this right here. Y'all let me know whatever y'all want me to know in the comments. This right here is this is something I think every Democrat need to see. Every single American who is black need to see this right here as well. And you're going to see why. Here we go. This right here is from the guy who wrote the cartoon show, The Boondocks. Check this out.
Yeah, I got another one for y'all. Share this one. Share it.
I really want you guys to understand that time is running out. And a lot of black people say that, but for real. Part of why the civil rights movement has been so successful, and part of why those who have come after in terms of our leadership have been able to maintain a presence, is that black people have always had a certain amount of moral currency that we have been using. And let me be the first to tell you, that's used up. White America has been watching us act like fools for a long enough time where any sympathy they may have had to our plight is completely gone. You're approaching a country that, forget hating black people and not hating black people, they just don't care. You can be talking about affirmative action, they can be like, I don't care. It literally is of no importance to me. I don't care about slavery. I don't care about segregation. I don't care about you. I don't care how many of you all go to jail. I don't care at all, because I'm broke. You can't be the proud, noble fighter when every single time someone sees a person that looks like you on television, they're acting like a damn fool. How would they know? How would they know you're not a damn fool? Wait, they're gonna talk to you? Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, I got another one.
The reason why I posted that is because that's where we are right now. Every time you see a Jasmine Crockett, Maxine Waters, Hakeem Jeffries, Don Lemon, anyone on The View, anyone on MSNBC, anyone on CNN, always trying to remind us that white people owe us something, that DEI is their payment to us for slavery. Affirmative action is their payment to us for slavery. Let me tell you something. Way back then, they were like, you know what? Y'all are right. We were wrong. My bad. We're going to make sure that we fix this. And then it kept being fixed and fixed and fixed and fixed. Program after program after program. Changing laws after law after law. And now it's to the point where y'all just complaining. Shut the hell up. White people are looking at black people now like, bruh, if y'all don't shut the hell up, we're done. We're done. You know what? I'm all out of F's to give. I've checked. I'm all out of F's to give. I don't have any more F's to give. I'm done. I'm out of them. DEI, you need to be put ahead in the line of me and my family when we're going through the same thing as you. We're struggling just like you. We're trying to get kids through school just like you. We're trying to eat just like you. We're trying to pay our bills just like you. We're trying to survive just like you. We're being unalived by the police just like you. We're being targeted by the government just like you. We're being taken advantage of just like you. We're all the same. At what point are y'all gonna figure it out? I'm sorry, I'm all out of F's to give. I don't have any more F's. All my F's are depleted. They're gone. And those generations who were actually complicit, they're gone too. It's not us. So stop with the blame game. Stop with the victimization. Stop with the oppression. We're all being bogged down by somebody. We're all being held down by someone. It's high time that we start working together. And if we're not going to work together, then hey, guess what? Then we just won't work together. But guess what? I don't owe you sugar, honey, iced tea. And I'm standing on that. And stop trying to act like y'all are so daggone hurt when y'all hear somebody say the N-word. You're not. You just feel disrespected. Your ego is bruised because somebody that look different than you is saying it. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've seen, and they act like this, so they act so self-righteous with it, man. It's crazy. These people are saying, yo, you really want to promote Black excellence? Then when I turn on the television or when I go on the internet, I want to see Black excellence. But guess what I don't see? We promote it. So I'm trying to tell you, on my social media platform, I promote beautiful Black families who got children that's graduating, getting their degrees and this, that, and the other, and starting businesses and coming up with inventions, like the gentleman that just now came up with gasoline. He creates gasoline from plastic, and he did this in the middle of the field. He came up with the machine. He came up with all of everything. He's killing it. But that's not mostly what we see. That's not mostly what we see. That's not what's being celebrated. BET don't celebrate them. BET celebrate the BS. All of these award shows celebrate the worst of us. And we want people to treat us with some dignity and respect. Our soundtrack says that we hate police and we're going to kill them. So when the police pulls us over, they're thinking that, look, we need to approach them the same way we approach everyone else. We're all Americans here. But their soundtrack, the things that they go around blasting all the time and playing all over, come on now. You expect for somebody to just put themselves out there like that without being a little cautious? Y'all need to wake the hell up, bro. At one point, they gave a damn. At one point, they were guilty. They felt guilty because of slavery. 16, 19, all that other stuff. But when you continue to give somebody your ass to kiss, they gonna say, you know what? I'm done. And guess what? I'm like, rightfully so. I understand. I get it. So that's what this young man was pretty much saying. This dude wrote the Boondocks so that he can create a level of understanding, so that he can make people woke. The original woke. Okay? Not the new woke. Not the kind of woke where you want people to fall asleep so that they not pay attention to your shortcomings and still allow you to achieve high levels of success simply because you are a certain hue. You have a certain amount of melanin in your skin. So we are going to allow you to compete on our level. The mic is messed up. I need to change this out. Can y'all hear me? My mic better? Is it better? All right, cool. My bad, guys. I'm in this joint talking, and my microphone just keeps on going out. I don't know what's going on. Satan, I rebuke you, Satan, in the name of Jesus. That's what I do. I rebuke you trying to mess up my show, and that ain't gonna happen. These people are tired, man. They're tired. Yankee Jeff, Yankee Jeff, man. This brother is a guardian angel right here. He's a guardian angel right here. Shout out to Yankee Jeff. Yes. All right. So Jeff, he said, "Will there be a GoFundMe account started for the shooters?" Seems to be the pattern lately. Prayers for you, young man. God's hands are all on you. You know what? Thank you so much, Yankee Jeff. I appreciate you, man. It's not your fault. Al-Anon Recovery, man. Shout out to him. Make sure y'all go check him out, especially if y'all know y'all have any family members or friends who are struggling with alcohol addiction and you are their support system. If you're their support system, you need a support system. And this is what this is. This brother has a support system for the support system because we all need some support. And people who feel like they can just stand alone and do it on their own, I say back away from those people. Those people are a little bit too on themselves. They think way too highly of themselves. Back away from them people. All right? Them people are no good. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you, man. This dude is a good dude. Helps a lot of people. Did y'all hear when someone came to a conference in Chicago and they approached Mayor Brandon Johnson and they asked him this question right here. I want y'all to hear this. I thought this was absolutely hilarious. I thought this was hilarious.
I want the question.
And he didn't answer it, but I thought it was hilarious. Y'all hit the like button, guys. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. And thank you also for letting me know about my microphone. I need to fix that.
Want the question?
Please.
Real Chicagoans want to know, why are you a racist? Mayor Johnson.
Yeah.
Please turn the mic on. Thank you. Real Chicagoans woke up this morning relieved that the Department of Justice is finally investigating your race hustle. As someone who grew up on the south side of Chicago, I've heard a lot of race hustlers in my life, trust me, but they were usually marching around outside of City Hall, which is what makes this so embarrassing and dangerous. Very, very dangerous to the city of Chicago.
Okay, we need the question.
I'm more than happy to ask this question. It's long overdue. For over a year, real Chicagoans, white and black, have been telling me that your Black Power rhetoric is bringing the city backwards from a place that
we need the question.
Had overcome. You want the question?
Please.
Real Chicagoans want to know, why are you a racist?
Well, first of all, I reject the idea and the premise that somehow that's an actual legitimate question.
Want that?
All right, we're going to go to the next one. Alex.
Damn that. When somebody asks you a question, you answer it. You can say, I'm not racist, but thank you for asking. I understand this, that, and the other. You try to figure out exactly how they got to that point. Don't just knock their question out the way and just move on. Say, okay, ask me another question. I reject the premise of your question. Next question. No, he explained the premise. Your Black Power rhetoric, all of this stuff about black everything, black first, black this, black that, knowing good and well that you have more than just black constituents in Chicago, knowing good and well that your socialist programs are part of the reason that Chicago is going in the wrong direction. You're part of the reason, you're one of the main reasons why Chicago is flipping red. Because of your rhetoric. You are the one that said that you use taxpayers' money to purchase nothing but black owned, black this and black that. You said you pay thousands for your haircut. I mean, it looked like $1,000. Does this look like $1,000 haircut? Does this look like $100 haircut? Brother, I'm just saying, you said that. You said that you pay thousands to get your suits tailored from black owned tailors and businesses that sell suits. You said that. You shop at the finest of blackest stores, black owned stores, using taxpayers' money. You said that. And all the rhetoric that you spew is coming off as hatred to other groups because you're picking other groups. You're picking your group over other groups. And that in and of itself is racist. Here is today, white people are calling other groups out for their racism. They're like, man, we've been taking this for so long. It's your turn. How in the world can you stand up and say black, 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 and then not expect for somebody to say, why are you always talking about black? What about everybody else? How come you always talking about racism and white supremacy is the problem when we know that we're the problem in our own community? And it's not only us. It's not only us. Have you ever heard a white person say, the reason why my white community is so messed up is because the blacks? Normally they blame themselves. Black people, we need to start looking inward. Inward, no pun intended. That was accidental, by the way. But we do need a bit of self-reflection. Accountability is necessary nowadays. It really is. And you and other race hustlers need to cut this sugar honey iced tea out. There's this one video that just now that I have up from from Vince Everett Ellison, where he's talking about the socialist movement and why they decided to pick a Dr. Martin Luther King to lead the civil rights movement and all these other things. And we already know Dr. King is beloved. I'm not here to poop on him, talk trash about him, say anything negative about Dr. King whatsoever. But when you go down the history of what he represents, who he represents, why he was put into place, the type of goals he was headed toward, I'm sorry, the writing is on the wall. So, brother, you should have answered that question, man. I have an issue with you skating away from that question. You should have answered that question. For real. All right, let's go into this right here. Shout out to Charleston White communicating about the Diddy trial and all that other stuff. I'm not going to cover that with you guys. But just in case you didn't hear this, the Democrats are going up against each other. And here's why. They are full of sugar honey iced tea, and they are being called out on their own stuff. Not all of them, because they're not all being called out on their stuff. As a matter of fact, they're still coming together to say that Trump is doing something that he's not doing. If you haven't seen it already, now he's been accused of ambushing the South African president the way that he did by simply holding him accountable. If I finally got you to come meet me, sir, thank you so much for coming all this way. Now I have some questions to ask, because my country are all up in arms about why we are saving certain individuals from your country. And we just need to have this conversation in front of them so that there's a bit of transparency, if you don't mind. Turn off the lights. Cut on that TV. Somebody roll the footage. And watch how legacy media decided to spin this. ABC, CNN, MSNBC, doing what they do. Check this out.
To the dramatic scene in the Oval Office today, the tense confrontation, President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
Up next, another Oval Office meltdown. President Trump ambushing the president of South Africa.
President Trump is being accused of conducting something of a diplomatic ambush of South Africa's president in the Oval Office.
To be with you, I'm Katie Tur. President Trump orchestrated another Oval Office ambush today.
Today, Donald Trump meeting with the president of South Africa and attempting to ambush and humiliate that leader.
Zelensky territory, where essentially he was a bit ambushed inside the Oval Office.
Felt like an ambush in there, kind of like the President Zelensky meeting in the Oval Office.
This was an ambush. It was orchestrated.
Cyril Ramaphosa brought his best diplomatic self to this meeting, but nothing could have prepared him for this multimedia ambush.
What started as, to some degree, an ambush.
Well, Katie, I mean, it wasn't ambush.
Ambush.
Ambushed.
Ambush.
An ambush.
Ambushing.
Ambushed inside the Oval Office.
And it almost seems like our American citizens, our legacy media, our mainstream media, it seems like they are more in support of other countries than they are our own. And that's unfortunate. I seen somebody post mind control media. Courtney, that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. That's mind control media. Mind control media. That's exactly what that is. Let me tell y'all something, man. I watched it. I watched the conversation between President Trump and Zelensky, and I understood exactly why he had that energy for Zelensky. Zelensky came up in there by himself, dressed all casual. For money, he wanted that same support that Kamala and Biden was talking about, with the border bill. Oh, what does that have to do with Zelensky? Tell you exactly what it had to do with Zelensky. The border bill contained like $56 billion of funding for Ukraine. Feel free to go look that up right now. Go look inside the border bill and see how much money we were about to funnel through Ukraine. So that was the energy between Trump and Zelensky. And then JD Vance got in it too, because they like, look, bro, I don't think you're humble enough. I don't really think you're not in a position to demand anything. So now we have more people inside the White House, the South African president, who also want to receive some funding from us. And we have questions for you. A lot of your leaders are going around saying unalive the white people. We want to know why they're not arrested. Oh, you don't see no problem with it? Cool. Let us show you. I got paperwork here. Take this, put that in your hand. And I also have footage. Somebody cut off the lights, run the tape. And that's exactly what they did. And they called that an ambush. No, that was transparency. That's something that the Democrats need to learn how to do. That's also something that our legacy media need to learn how to do. The only time they're transparent is when they're reporting on their opposition. And right now, their opposition is the president of the United States of America. If I'm lying, please correct me, guys. Again, I have to just let y'all know I'm a novice when it comes to this politics stuff. If I'm wrong, please feel free to correct me. Okay? What else has happened in the news today that I will be reporting on? Let me see here. Two women were arrested. Two women were arrested inside of hold on one second. Let me copy this right here. Two women were arrested for allegedly assisting New Orleans inmates, escapees at large. Yep, obviously. Why not? Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they be arrested? Why wouldn't they be helping out the escapees? Obviously that happened. Hold on one second. Let me see here. I'm trying to find this post. Okay, here it is right here. Just so y'all can see it. These two women right here, they helped the brothers escape. Y'all know the 10 guys that escaped from prison? They escaped through one cell. They moved the toilet out the way, went through a hole behind the toilet, and then dug a hole under the ground and went through a tunnel, came out of the loading dock door of the prison, scaled the fence of a construction site that was right near it, and then ran across traffic and got out of Dodge. They got these ladies right here. All right. Let me break it down to y'all exactly what's going on. So Connie Whedon, 59-year-old from Slidell, Louisiana. And let me put their pictures back up so you can see them clearly. And these are the men right here. All the men that was out there. And they captured 5 of them, and 5 are still at large. As you can clearly see, captured is beneath the names of those who were captured, and 5 are still out there. All right. Okay. All right. So now let's go back to the ladies who risked it all to help these guys, to help these gentlemen. So Connie Whedon from Slidell, Louisiana, 59-year-old, was arrested on May 22nd, 2025, and charged with felony count accessory after the fact for allegedly aiding Jermaine Donald, one of 5 inmates still at large from a mass jailbreak at the New Orleans Parish Justice Center on May 16, 2025. Whedon allegedly communicated with Donald via phone before and after the escape, providing him with cash for a cell phone app, helping him evade capture. She was booked into the St. Tammany Parish Correctional Center. Whedon is the 3rd civilian arrested for assisting the escapees. Earlier, Courtney Harris, 32, and Corvante Baptiste, 38, were charged with felony counts of accessory after the fact. Harris allegedly transported 2 escapees, and Baptiste provided food to inmate Corey Boyd, who was later recaptured. 10 inmates escaped the Orleans Parish Justice Center by exploiting a defective cell door, removing a toilet to access a plumbing area, and scaling a perimeter wall using blankets. 5 inmates, including 3 charged with second-degree murder, remain at large, with a $20,000 reward per inmate offered for information leading to their capture. Orleans Parish Sheriff Susan Hudson suspended her re-election campaign, accepting responsibility for the escape, which involved internal assistance, including from maintenance worker Sterling Williams, who was arrested for allegedly shutting off water to aid the breakout. 4 other jail staff are suspended and investigation continues. Here's the deal, guys, and I need y'all to fully understand this right here. Let me go back to this picture of all the escapees. Now, inside of these cells are there's 2 per cell, 2 guys per cell. They ended up escaping through 1 cell in the middle of the night, after midnight. Who opened their cell? Who opened their cell doors? Or, because I haven't been in prison before, who opened these guys' cell doors, man? How were they all able to get out and go through one of their cell doors, through the toilet, moving the toilet out the way? Because they escaped around 12:30 in the morning, and it wasn't found out that they were gone until 8:30 that same morning. So they were gone for 8 hours. All of them came from their cells to one other person's cell. 10 of them went through the wall. They said that they have a couple of people who are being held right now, correctional officers, and 1 maintenance man. So this was a complete inside job. They had like 7 people involved. Like 7 people involved who are all going to be facing jail time now. They didn't owe these guys anything. Why are they helping them? Why are they helping them get up out of there when they know that they're putting their own livelihood in jeopardy, their own life in jeopardy? This is crazy, man. So, hey, these guys are still out there doing their thing. Here's what they look like, just in case they got up out of New Orleans and they make it to your state. They make it to a state near you. Just saying. Take a look at these guys right here: Linton Van Buren, Leo Tate, Derek Groves, Antoine Massey, and Jermaine Donald. These guys are still out, and none of these guys were arrested for a parking ticket. None of these guys were arrested for domestic dispute. Just yelling back and forth, and one of them slapped that old lady in the kitchen, and the police was called, and they was like, "I ain't do nothing." No, sorry, sir, but we see the bruises on her face. You're going to jail. I'm gonna get you, man. So look at their faces. All right. How are y'all doing out there? Y'all straight? Y'all good? Please give me a thumbs up if you're straight. If you're doing well in life, if you're okay, if you're healthy. Because we all have issues, man. We all have something that we're battling. We all have something that we're contending with. We all have regrets. We all have relationships that didn't go so well. We have people in our life right now that we probably fell out with. But I just want to check on y'all. Are y'all all right? All right, cool. It's good to see y'all thumbs up, man. It's good to see that. I'm glad to see that. Just checking up on y'all, man. It's okay. And if you are going through something, it's okay. Y'all need to understand this too. Sometimes God allow us to go through things so that when we come out on the other side, we come out with the tools to help somebody else who goes through it as well. All right. I don't know if you're familiar with 1 Corinthians 10:13, but it says, "There have no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But God is faithful, who would not suffer you to be tempted above that which you are able, but will provide a door to escape so that you will be able to bear it." 9 times out of 10, whatever you're going through right now, somebody else is going through it. There's another, there's an example of, or somebody out there with a testimony of how they got through it and how you will be okay while you're in the fire right now. We can't get sharpened like iron if we don't go through the fire. We can't get sharpened like iron if we're not beat, if we're not hit, if we're not facing any type of hurdles in life. So we're gonna be fine. Just want y'all to know, man, y'all gonna be all right. I love y'all, just in case nobody else has told y'all that. Y'all my family, y'all my people. And as long as we continue to do this, we're moving in the right direction. It might just seem like, hey, we're just doing a live stream and we're talking about content and we're acting a fool and entertaining people and all this other stuff. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. Like, we are literally building a community of individuals who can go out there and help other people. Build communities of individuals to go out and help other people. And it goes on and on and on. In order for us to fight the darkness, we have to be the light in it and continue to move forward with our heads held high, not in a victimhood mentality, not in an oppressed mentality. And guess what? None of us drive by always looking backwards. We'll check our rear view and we check our side mirrors just to make sure that we're safe. But if you're ever driving and you're always looking backwards, you're going to crash. If you're ever running and you're always looking backwards, you're going to run into something. You're going to fall into a hole or something. So continue to look forward, continue to press toward the mark, and y'all will be okay. I say put God before anything, and y'all will be just fine, man. Thank y'all so much for pulling up, being a part of my live stream. For everybody that's in my YouTube coaching course, I'm coaching all my coaching clients. We are going live. We're going to do a group call tonight at 8, not at 11:30 today, because I got to go to court. I got to do something. So I'm about to get up out of here. But we're going to have a group call tonight at 8 p.m. EST. So if you're available, pull up. I know it's Friday and y'all got a hot date. Y'all going to be out celebrating, having a good time. All right, cool. You ain't got to pull up if you're not free. But if you are free, pull up. And for people who need a team behind them, producers, editors, all that other stuff, reach out to me with VIP and we can discuss that. So I can break that down to you. Shout out to all the content creators who are doing that thing. I'm proud of all of you guys. Whether you're getting growth right now or not, continue to do them videos. Put out a video per day and watch how your channel look 3 months from now, 2 months from now. You're going to see the movement that you like. Don't be discouraged. And when you walk past the mirror, make sure you acknowledge how awesome you are. All right? Acknowledge the things about you that are positive. All right? All right. That's all I have, man. I love y'all. Hit the like button on the way out the door if you haven't already, and y'all have an amazing weekend if I don't talk to you. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace.